if you're looking for the most perfect, easy recipe for spanakopita, look no further. This one is super simple. The filling is creamy, flavorful, and delicious. The outside is so crispy. It's not gonna be a soggy crust, I promise. Let me show you how to make it, and let's get started. You're gonna need 1 pound of baby spinach. This one is pre-washed. All I'm gonna do is roughly chop just like so. It doesn't need to be a fine chop, very rough chop. I finished the whole amount, and then I'm gonna slice 3 spring onions, and these are washed thoroughly. I add on top of the spinach and a good amount of fresh dill, about 4 tablespoons. If you don't have fresh dill, you can use dry. I love fresh dill in this recipe. I'm gonna add some chives, a handful of chives, chopped finely, about 2 tablespoons. You really won't mess it up if you add a little bit more or a little bit less. I'm adding a good amount of sheep milk feta cheese. It tastes amazing if you can find it. Crumble it on top of the spinach. I'm using exactly 3/4 of a pound of feta cheese. You're gonna add a whole package of whole milk ricotta cheese, a good ricotta cheese. I'll be leaving all the amounts and all the ingredients in the description box below, so check it out. I added 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. You're gonna be careful adding salt. I added about half a teaspoon because the feta is salty. You don't want to add too much salt. Add 2 medium eggs, and you're gonna use your clean hands to mix everything together very well. And your filling is ready at this point. I set it aside. Now I'm gonna start working on the fillo dough. And here I have 1.5 sticks of butter, unsalted butter. I'm gonna brush a generous amount, just like so. Start spreading the fillo 1 sheet after the other. Make sure to brush each layer with a generous amount of butter. I'm using a country style fillo dough. It's a touch thicker than the regular one. I'm using only 5 sheets. If you're using a very thin fillo dough, make sure to add 7 layers. 7 to 8 layers will be just fine. I'm brushing with a generous amount of butter, just like so. This is 17.5 by 12.5 inch pan. And when I finish the whole 5 layers, I'm gonna add the spinach filling. The whole thing, spread it evenly. And I want to repeat, I'm using a country style. It's a little thicker fillo dough, but if you're using regular fillo dough, add 7 to 8 layers. I'm gonna try to avoid the milk solids at the bottom of the butter to keep it crispy and delicious. So the milk solids at the bottom of the butter, try to avoid. It's like you're using clarified butter. Try to tuck the edges neatly, add more butter to the edges. And I'm gonna brush the top with an egg wash. Simply mix an egg with 1 tablespoon of water, mix well and brush the top, just like so. Slice evenly, and I'm gonna preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. When they're nicely sliced, I'm gonna top each square with some untoasted sesame seeds and some black sesame seeds. It's totally up to you. You can leave it plain if you prefer, but a little bit of crunch won't hurt. I'm gonna bake at 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes or until very crispy. If you're liking my recipes and want to support my channel, all you have to do is subscribe, like and share, hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my recipes, and follow me on social media. The links are going to be in the description box below. And it's out of the oven. It's golden, it's crispy, it smells heavenly. Can't wait to try it. The crust, the fillo crust is so crispy. The inside is so flavorful. It's so good frozen as well. You can freeze some and just take a piece or two out of the freezer, reheat and enjoy any time of the day. Give it a try, let me know what you think. And until next time, bon appetit!